Is Islam Makhachev ducking Ilia Topuria? You have this common narrative going around in the MMA community. Guys like Chael Sonnen, Ariel Helwani are giving their reasons as to why Islam Makhachev is ducking Ilia Topuria after all.
Islam did not go up out of adding hardware to put on his mantle. He went up with one condition, which is I don't have to fight Belal Muhammad. Now, he can sit around and say, I could beat Belal, and I wouldn't go up and beat Belal because I can beat Belal. The bottom line is you entered a division openly that you said you wouldn't face one of the top guys. That's not a sign of courage. That's a sign of cowardice.
But after hearing out both sides from both the people who claim that to be true and from the Islam Makhachev fans who are claiming that guys like Chael Sonnen are completely delusional, I gotta say this. I'm siding more with the Islam Makhachev fans and more in general the Dagestani fans. And before I get any slander, understand that I despise the Dagestani fan base. I truly do. They are the second worst fan base next to the John Jones fans, and I will stand by that.
Huh?
That's my father.
Islam Makhachev is your daddy?
That's my daddy. That's literally me.
Milk.
That being said, I'm not gonna really say that Islam Makhachev is ducking Ilia Topuria because, in truth, I think a lot of the arguments that people like Chael Sonnen are using, you can simply apply to Ilia Topuria. So, in order to explain my reasoning as to why I don't believe that Islam Makhachev is ducking Ilia Topuria, we gotta look at Islam Makhachev's past few fights. Since he's won the belt at UFC 280 against Charles Oliveira, uh, Islam Makhachev has defended his belt 4 times in a row. Now, there are some asterisks to the wins, especially the second fight with Volkanovski, where Volkanovski came in on 11 days' notice, and also the fact that Renato Moicano, uh, I guess, filled in as a short notice replacement because Arman Sarukian blew his back out trying to riz up Nina Drama. But that's not Makshev's fault, you know? And Makshev just fought whoever was in front of him, and he won all of those fights. So technically, he has the record for the most consecutive number of title defenses previously held by Habib, and I believe it's Benson Henderson. I'm not too sure. I'm not a fan that's way far back. My point in saying though is that Islam Makhachev has openly expressed his desire to move up to welterweight for a long time. He said if he breaks the record number of title defenses, he will move up to welterweight division. This has been established. Now, Ilia Topuria, on the other hand, he's been talking about fighting Islam Makhachev since he beat Max Holloway, albeit it was a great win. And to be honest, at the time, I really wanted to see it, but you look through Ilia Topuria's history, other than Alexander Volkanovski, Max Holloway, and Josh Emmett, there isn't much argument for him to move up to the lightweight division. Like, there are a couple of names over here. As you can see in the featherweight rankings, there were a lot of names for Ilia Topuria to potentially fight. You had Diego Lopez, Movsar Evloev, Yair Rodriguez only because he's Mexican and the UFC loves Mexicans. Arnold Allen, maybe, if he got 2 wins. I don't know. There's a lot of fighters that Ilia Topuria could have fought, but chose to leave the division in order to pursue a belt at the 155-pound division. That being said, I looked through Islam Makhachev's case as to why he deserves to move up. Difference between me and you, that I cleaned top list in my division, moved to next, but you ran away from 2 contenders who had consecutive 5 to 9 wins in the featherweight division. You are a nobody in lightweight, just a big mouth from Spain with a nice haircut. Go get 1 W, then we can talk, boy. There is some truth to this. Ilia Topuria did not fight Diego Lopez and Movsar Evloev, but when you read the first part of the sentence, like, I cleaned top list of my division, you start to look at who Islam Makhachev fought, and then you realize, not really. No. Let's see here. We can look through Islam Makhachev's just the rankings. Arman Sarukian. I know that Arman Sarukian pulled out of their fight, and Islam Makhachev technically does have a win over Sarukian, but it's been 5 years since that last fight. So to say that Arman Sarukian, who's now way more improved, it has been cleared out, I can't really say that. And Charles Oliveira, Islam Makhachev beat. Justin Gaethje. Alright, like, I know that Islam Makhachev will probably submit Justin Gaethje within the first 2 rounds, but can we be honest, Justin Gaethje, he technically didn't fight him, so you can't say that you cleared out the division. Max Holloway, I get it, Max Holloway just moved up to featherweight coming off a loss. As far as I'm concerned, the only wins that Islam Makhachev has over top 10 contenders is Charles Oliveira, Dustin Poirier, Dan Hooker, and Renato Moicano. And that's within the title reign of Islam Makhachev, or like near that title reign. So I don't want to hear anything about clearing out the division. I wholeheartedly disagree with the fact that Islam Makhachev cleared out his division. The only reason I'm saying that Islam Makhachev isn't ducking Ilia Topuria is because he has made it clear that he will move up to welterweight once he breaks the record for the most consecutive number of title defenses at lightweight, which is right now 4, considering Islam Makhachev beat Alexander Volkanovski twice, Dustin Poirier, and Renato Moicano. And say what you will about those defenses, again, Islam Makhachev's just fighting whoever's in front of him, and I get that we all wanted to see Ilia Topuria possibly knock out the unbeatable Islam Makhachev. I get that, but again, Islam Makhachev, he's openly discussed about what he wanted throughout his past, and the fact that Ilia Topuria is, and other people are pushing this narrative that Islam is ducking him, I kind of find that hard to agree with, you know? And keep in mind, Islam Makhachev is moving up to fight Jack Della Maddalena here. Jack Della Maddalena is a much tougher fight. I wholeheartedly believe that Jack Della Maddalena will beat Islam Makhachev. It will be a tough fight, but I think JDM has a much better chance than Ilia Topuria. I think Ilia Topuria, yes, his combinations are very clean. Yes, he can knock anybody out, but he's a lot smaller than JDM, and I don't think JDM relies nearly as much on power as in Ilia Topuria. So I think there are overall more variety of things that JDM can do. His kicks are much better than Topuria's in my opinion. And I just think that JDM has the tools to beat Islam Makhachev using his size and the variety of strikes. Alright, that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know in the comments down below whether or not you agree that Islam Makhachev is ducking Ilia Topuria. And also leave a comment down below if you think JDM will beat Islam Makhachev, because I truly do. With that being said, I have nothing else to say for you tonight, so make sure to leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Peace!